Attention visionaries and pioneers, the future of wealth is here, and it's spelled B-I-T-C-O-I-N, Bitcoin. Introducing the exclusive Loans for Bitcoin program at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where your good credit unlocks 0% interest loans for up to 2 years, or term loans up to $250,000 spread over 7 to 12 years. Why wait? Use this capital to acquire the world's fastest appreciating asset, Bitcoin. With prices hovering around 94,000 and projections aiming much higher by the year's end, the time to act is now. Leverage isn't just for Wall Street anymore. Arbitrage the low cost of your loan against Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's smart finance for the modern investor. And privacy matters. Our no KYC Bitcoin purchase program ensures you buy and self-custody your assets in your own wallet. Your keys, your Bitcoin, your future. And as the world shifts to digital currencies, be ahead of the curve. Front-run corporations, governments, in this greatest financial revolution of our times. I'm Jay Bose, CEO of Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Call or text us today at 941-413-6920 and get started on that loan application. Secure your legacy. You will thank yourself tomorrow.
Good morning and welcome, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben here for the Friday episode. Welcome, everybody, to Friday. Yes, we saw it coming Monday. We anticipated it Tuesday. We crawled over the hump Wednesday. We slowly survived Thursday, and now we can celebrate Friday. Friday, also known as Margarita Day. So those of you who, recognize and celebrate Margarita Day, this is Margarita Day. Now, it isn't the official Margarita Day. It's just every Friday's Margarita Day. So welcome to Friday, guys, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today, we are going to talk about where this is all going and why is it that so many organizations, including mine, is getting involved in mining. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am launching a mining company. Now, because of my orientation and how I think we save America, I'm offering investors to invest with me in this mining company because I do not think like a corporation. I think like a patriot. How do we make America great again? Is we make the American people wealthy again. That's the same philosophy that Trump has. Now, the difference between me and Trump's using the old system. He's launching a mining company and he's offering it on Wall Street and all that good, nice, rich people shit. What am I doing? I'm launching with all of my relationships. I'm launching a mining company because of the opportunities associated with it. Well, number one, when you own a mining company, you are basically getting the Bitcoin half off, at least half off. Because think about it, guys, would you rather produce the money or would you rather purchase the money? You'd rather produce it. That's what a mining company is. That's why me and my team, we are going full bore with mining. Because I have had conversations and the economics of it works. Because you're a company that produces the Bitcoin and you are producing something that's worth 100 and whatever it is, 100 and something $1,000 right now. You're producing it for half off, right around 47,000. That actually depends on your energy cost, but right around 47,000. So I'm launching a company that produces the Bitcoin half off. Seems like good business. Now that we have our clubs lined up and we're launching more clubs all over. In fact, we got our lease for the club in West Palm Beach, a mile away from Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, we literally got an old bank. It's an old bank, but it isn't old like the ag. It's relatively new construction, but it was a bank. It has drive-through tellers. We're not only taking over their system, we're actually taking over their buildings. The Bitcoin movement, remember, if you can't beat them, which we are, you buy them. That's my philosophy. And this is where we're going with this. Because what I want to create is a mining company that is one of the leaders, because we can grow faster because of how and the relationships I have. And guys, mark my words, JP Morgan will own mining companies in the future. Because what it is the mining company replaces the Federal Reserve system. That's what's really replacing the Federal Reserve. That's what's replacing the IMF. That's what's replacing the EU central banks. That's what's replacing all of the central banks, because for so long they have printed the money. Now that's going to be decentralized. And we're so early in this, we have the opportunity to set up the structure to be one of the companies that print the money. This is such a revolution. We are literally ripping the control away from the Federal Reserve and global banking, and we're putting it into private hands. Like my private hands, your private hands. Everyone who owns a share of mining facilities, guess what? You own the money printer. That's the key. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to get more profitable. I keep telling people this. They don't understand what Trump is building. Just yesterday, they announced they launched an agreement that will bring a new pipeline into America through Canada. Guys, and I have friends up in Washington, D.C., right? Dennis Porter, I'm talking to you, all right, who has relationships up in Alaska. I'm probably going to be partnering with the Alaskan government, and I will be putting mining facilities up in Alaska. Because energy, the price of energy is going to drop like a rock because of what Trump's doing. What Trump is doing is he's leveraged the Bitcoin mining and will partner with local and federal government to actually build the infrastructure of the mining in America. Remember, Trump said, like last year, I want every Bitcoin made in America. Every Bitcoin's going to say made in America. You know how he does that? Works with people like me, because we raise our capital for the mining company through grants and taxation, which is actually reverse taxation. All of the equipment you buy, you get to write off the full depreciation the first year. For those who know what that means, that's a huge deal. So you're basically getting your equipment half off through tax refunds and credits. It's off the chart, right? So these mining companies will actually tie in with my bank capital company in El Salvador, that we will have branches of that bank, because remember, this is decentralized world now. And the SEC just announced that all Americans will be able to use cryptocurrency exchanges from all over the world. I knew that was coming. That's why I actually got the credit union in El Salvador, because Americans will be able to use our credit union app, which will be an exchange app, because remember, it's all digital tokens, right on their phone. So every single club will actually be a branch of our bank. And every single club will actually earn money from the mining facilities, because they will bring in the clients who want to start mining. It's what we are creating is a whole ecosystem. We eventually, probably in about 2 or 3 years, I'm going to rebrand all of the clubs. I'm going to rebrand everything, because it will have outgrown me. It will have outgrown the Bitcoin Ben brand. That's what I want. This is so much larger than me. This is so much larger than Trump. This is so much larger than anybody. And what's amazing is that Trump is giving us the opportunity. That's what at his inauguration, when he said, this is not a normal 4-year election. What we are doing is we are removing the power from Washington, D.C., and we're placing it back into the hands of the American people. This is what he meant. How you put the power in the hands of the American people is you give them ownership opportunities in the new economy. Why do you think Trump's family is launching a mining company? Same reason I am. This is a new world. This is the Federal Reserve is done. They know they're done. And they're trying to adjust and adapt to this new world structure. That's why the Federal Reserve announced in October, in October, they're going to hold a conference explaining how they are adapting to the new digital world. Folks, the Federal Reserve doesn't hold conferences. They're a private entity. They have or had the monopoly on making currency, printing currency. That authority, that power is being removed through the stable coins. This is privatizing money again. That's why earlier this week, I guess it was on Tuesday, right? I explained how Walmart's going to have a stable coin. And it will also have a reward token. I explained all of the tokenomics of it. Walmart coin, I think they'll call it Wally. Or if they don't call it Wally, that's what the public will call it. Like, hey, you got any Wallies? Yeah, I got a few here. That is the decentralization and privatization of the money system. Because, like I said on Tuesday, in 1860-ish, there were 7,000 currencies in America. 7,000 currencies. How many do we have now? Officially. $1. We went from 7,000 decentralized private banking currencies to one, the Federal Reserve. They centralized the money, which gave them the power of all of the money, all of the labor, all of the production, all of everything we worked our asses for. It shifted to them, into their money. What's going on right now? We're ripping it away from them. Every time the price of the Bitcoin goes up, that's ripping their power away from them. The higher it goes, the less power they have, because what they produce is worth less against the new system, which is gaining value. That's where we're all going to. That's where we're moving to. We are moving into a decentralized world. That means Walmart is the Fed. That means Costco is the Fed. And everything will resolve at Bitcoin. That will be, like you've heard before, that will be the base layer. Walmart will, mark my words, and Amazon's coming. Look for January. Let me say that again. Amazon, look what they say in January. I will just be blunt. I will tell you what I know is coming. The elites, the corporations in Washington, D.C., and a lot of the rest of the world are using the end of this year as the run for Bitcoin. And a lot of them are working together where they push the price down. All of us plebes who have weak hands, oh no, the price is going down, I better shell. Then they buy it up. Do you know the largest wallet, the largest numeration of wallets that are going? More wallets are being created with over 100 Bitcoin in them. That's not retail. That's wealthy people. More wallets are created and then transferred in 100 plus Bitcoin than the average pleb wallet is every day. So while retail is asleep on this, the wealthy are buying the Bitcoin. And yes, unfortunately, they know how to drop the price and then they buy quickly using AI and software. See, they'll accumulate 1,000 Bitcoin over a week. That's why they keep dropping the price, because we remember the amount it takes to drop the price is less than the amount it takes to push it up. You can easily, because of the weighted exchanges, they can sell 100 over on Coinbase, push the price down. Then they sell 100 on Binance or 1,000 on Binance, drops the price. But as it drops, they are scooping it up as the after wave drops it more. These people are not worried about the dollar value. They're worried about getting more Bitcoin. They are 1,000 Michael Saylors. They're not looking at the dollar value because the dollar is inflating away. The Federal Reserve is about to print up a shit ton more money. In fact, right now, the federal government is printing up a shit ton of money secretly in a sneaky little way through actually paying off their own debt. That's a whole nother topic. Or, yeah, we'll talk about that some other day. There's ways that they can print money. Has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve, because they can produce credit, and credit is represented as money. My friends, what's going on? And like I said, January right now is the race for the Bitcoin. And what am I doing? I'm setting it up where our clubs and our ecosystem are one of the providers of that Bitcoin. Hey, who really made the money during the 1800s gold rush? Levi's, the people who sold shovels. Guess what? We're going to sell a lot of shovels, and we're going to hodl some shovels. This is where we're going. This is, and what's great, I have actually been doing this show for 9 years now. 9 years. I was explaining all of what's going on right now 7 years ago. This is what's coming, guys. This is what's coming. This is what's coming. Yep. And now it's here. So I no longer have to say, hey, guys, this is what's coming. Now I can say, hey, guys, it's here. And this is go time. And that's why I'm launching the mining company. And we are going to grow it like a weed because of all of the programs. Because remember, Do you guys remember the big, beautiful bill? Absolutely you do. In there was a lot of programs and incentives for data centers. Guess what a mining facility is? It's a data center. It qualifies for all of those. Guys, this is not on accident. This is on purpose. This is the official transition into the new system. And we have a bank. We have our clubs. We have our office in West Palm Beach. That's going to be very interesting. I don't know if you know this, but Trump lives a mile away at Mar-a-Lago from our place in West Palm Beach. There's a reason. I want every single person watching this. I want you to take this weekend and I want you to appreciate everything you have went through. All the ups, the downs, the FUDs, the hard forks, the block wars, the shit coins, the good coins, the bad coins, the crypto kitties for those of you old enough and in here that long. We have been running. We have been pushing. We have been working. We have been accumulating. We have been kicking ass, taking names, pushing this freedom agenda for so long. And now we have partners up in Washington, D.C. Guys, remember, just last week, we learned the Trump organization, not the new Trump companies, the Trump organization, the hotels, the golf course, they hold all of their reserves in Bitcoin. In Bitcoin. They're not holding treasury bonds. Who's the president? Oh, yeah, Trump. What is his personal wealth held in? Bitcoin and land. If you can't read the writing on the wall, you're not looking at the wall. And it isn't just Trump, it's JD. Everyone in his administration owns and promotes friggin' Bitcoin. That's not on accident. Our Treasury Secretary holds Bitcoin. That's the guy running our Treasury. The federal government has announced they will be accumulating the Bitcoin. How do you think they're going to accumulate the Bitcoin? Ooh, I know. They're probably going to do exactly what they just did with Intel. They'll partner up with mining companies and they'll own a share of the mining company and they'll accumulate it through the mining companies and also coming soon, tariffs, incentives to pay in Bitcoin, coming soon, January. Guys and gals, if you're watching this show and you own some Bitcoin, you're way ahead of the game. Way ahead of the game. Now, it's game on. And we have the most pro Bitcoin and pro crypto. Because I've told you guys, this right now, for the next probably 2 years, maybe 3 years, it is Bitcoin's time to shine. Everything's going to flood into Bitcoin. And then, here we go, folks. Walmart coin. Costco coin, Southwest coin, all of those airline rewards you have will be tokenized and have an open market value. You'll be able to swap your Walmart coins for Southwest coins. We're going in, and that's how a country grows. You know how a country grows? Efficiency of exchange of value. That's how it grows. Because think about this. This is deregulating capitalism. Let that sink in. This is deregulating the old capitalism, which was crony capitalism, let's be honest. This is true capitalism. This is a world of competition now. That's what Trump is building. And he's cheerleading through grants and taxes. He's cheerleading the Bitcoin industry. And his family's leading by example. Hey, guys, see what we're doing? Copy this. So I'm listening to him. Okay, I'll launch a mining company. I have all of the friggin' relationships already. I know a shit ton of people who mine Bitcoin. I know a shit ton of people who own mining companies. Voila. Why not invest in the future money printer? That's what mining is. It's the future money printer. And as an investor, it's a perpetual payer every month. As an owner in the mining company, you get paid every month in Bitcoin. We don't send you dollars. No. And I can't even explain how, I'm sure you guys can figure this out, how special it is to own a bank or a capital company that the reserve is held in Bitcoin and also owning a mining company. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited for the next 2, 3, 4, fucking 100 years, whatever. Longevity. We're all going to live forever. Man, I don't know if I want to. We'll see. We are turning a page. We have landed on the new Plymouth block. Yes, I did say block. A few hundred years ago, we landed on Plymouth Rock. Well, guess what, guys? We've landed on Plymouth Block. And it's Bitcoin. And it's mining. And it's banking. A completely new type of banking. And that's what we're building. That's what my organization with my teams in here and El Salvador and I have, and this is a little side note, one of our team members is talking to me about opening up a club in, I think it's Bangkok. I think that's right. I think. Yeah. I'll have to verify that next show. I just received the email last night. I'm not opposed. Because now the system we're moving into, I can do business in Bangkok in a decentralized way using modern technology. This is the future, folks. It's unlimited because we're so early in this transition. Like I said, we just landed on Plymouth Block. And now we are going west, young man. Mine the Bitcoin, young man. We are evolving the new economy of the new digital world. We are creating it. We are the settlers. We are the settlers of the future world. We are the new system, and it is decentralized. You should be so excited that you're even aware of this. Everyone watching this right now, how many of your friends have any idea of what I've just talked about is happening? That many? That's how early we are. That's why I said we just landed on Plymouth Block. Because we're all just getting off the ship and getting shit set up. That's what I am doing. That's what the Winklevoss twins are doing. That's what Michael Saylor's doing. You think Michael Saylor, all he's actually doing is accumulating Bitcoin, and that's all he's going to do? Just hold it right there. No. Michael Saylor's going to leverage his influence and his organization and his company, and he's going to offer services. Guys, this is the most amazing time. There hasn't been anything this large of a shift. The only thing I can really equate it to is when thousands of years ago, we shifted into gold. And this wasn't thousands of years ago, but you get my point, where the Silk Road agreed on the usage of gold as a unit of exchange. Why do you think the Silk Road website was called the Silk Road? Because the Silk Road wasn't really the Silk Road until they adopted the gold as an agreed upon exchange. That's what made it the Silk Road. That's when it got huge, because then you didn't have to ship a bunch of goods with you to trade for other goods. You could bring gold with you and just go shopping. And people could come to you, give you gold, and they could actually buy up your products. They didn't have to haul a bunch of products with them. That's the equivalent. The world is now agreeing on Bitcoin. For those who know history, you know how quickly the world grew once we switched to gold as an agreed upon global exchange currency. Ooh. That's what brought us out of the quote unquote dark ages. This is, let's be honest, the last 100 and something years with the Federal Reserve, that's been the dark ages. World War I, World War II, all of the wars, that was the dark ages. That's why Andrew Jackson wiped out the second federal bank. Because they are the bringers of the dark ages. They are the darkness that is the dark age. Centralized banking is the dark ages. The control of labor exchange is the dark ages. Once you decentralize the exchange of labor value, you flourish, because then it can be freely exchanged, and there isn't some shithead regulator in the middle of it going, nah, we don't like your company. We're just not gonna, we're not gonna let you have a banking license. We're not gonna let you launch, this company or that company. Or, hey, I know we don't have any crypto regulation, but we're going to prosecute you for something we're going to fucking make up. That was our dark ages. We're coming out of the dark ages and landing on Plymouth Block. Well, guess what, guys? I'm launching a company to produce the blocks. And we have the ecosystem, we have the companies, we have the structure already built, where the last piece is the mining company. Then off to the damn races, folks. We're only going to grow bigger, because now we are in the fertile fields of freedom, and we are planting the seeds of the future crop. We are making America great again, while we make the world great again. So if you're interested in joining us in our mining company, give us a call, 941 941-391-3882. And this afternoon, I'm actually doing an owner's call, which, if you're interested in getting into the mining company, join our owner's call. I think it's at noon Eastern time. And that's where I lay out the more detailed plans of all of this. So if you want to join our owner's call and get all the information, 941-391-3882. All right, give us a call and we can set you up with the owner's call link. All right. That's it, guys. It's Friday. It's time to rock and roll. It's time to enjoy the weekend after the workday. But this weekend is the future. Enjoy the future. Look forward to it. Enjoy it. And I will see you guys on Monday. Everyone, have a great day. 941-391-3882. Join the owner's call and learn more information about our mining company. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Damn, I'm good looking. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben, here to invite you to our weekly Friday owner's call. Now, what the owner's call is it's a call that I and some of my associates actually do with our current and our prospective owners of our clubs, where we give you the information, answer the questions that you have on what's going on with your club you own right now, or what are the investment opportunities of owning a piece of the club. If you're interested in owning a share or a piece of our clubs, our resorts, our bank, our future airline we're launching, our decentralized private jet company, get on board, guys. Everyone's moving in to the decentralized economy. Join now, and at least join the owner's call. It's easy peasy. You get all the information you need. You can ask all the questions you want, and it's very simple. Give us a call or send us a text right now at 941-391-3882. It's right here. 941-391-3882. Love you guys, and I will see you guys later. Give us a call. Bye-bye.